What is up, everybody? We are here live, and we are rocking the Week 4 post-game show. It's just me and Dalt here today. Wow, what a Week 4! What a way to end it, with a couple of just mediocre games after a huge letdown on Sunday Night Football and a slate full of upsets on Sunday afternoon. I mean, what a weird week of football, if I may say so myself. I mean, just absolutely. You have the Giants beating the Chargers. You have the Patriots putting up a 40 burger. The Texans, who looked god awful, 0-3, pitch a shutout against a division rival. I mean, the only thing that really went according to plan this week is the Cincinnati Bengals still suck. I mean, other than that, I mean, you have Jacksonville beating San Francisco in San Francisco. I mean, that defense for the Jacksonville Jaguars, that's a real deal defense. Apparently, they're currently ranked 5th in the NFL. I see them as a top 10 team right now. Well,
Wow.
spoiler alert. Oh, bless you.
Damn.
No,
Yeah,
how are
man.
you?
My biggest thing is the amount of hype and pressure we got from leading up to that Green Bay game just for
Oh
it
my God!
to end
Just
in
for
a
it to end
tie.
in a tie. I wasn't gonna
No
do
more
this to you.
ties.
I
No
went
more
no
ties.
more fucking ties.
No more ties. We should
So-
not. There should not be any way. Flip a coin at the end. I don't care. The players
Yeah.
are tired. Cool.
Okay,
Do
no
whatever.
flipping coins.
Not literally. I just mean there are ways we can do this. I saw on the Pat McAfee show they talked about just kicking for it. Do a 50-yarder.
Yeah,
weekend. He can line up wherever he wants. You kick,
Yeah,
make it. You kick, make it. You kick, miss. They win.
Yeah, I've heard people talk about should we do they start at the 25 and the kick moves back 10 yards each time, and first kicker to miss, team loses. And I don't
I think you should
necessarily
start
love
at
that.
50. You should start at
But-
a 50-yarder, whatever it would be a 50-yarder, which is probably
I-
what the 40-ish.
I don't love the deciding it on a kicker's
30.
leg. I believe if you're gonna change the overtime to anything else, other than I think it should be play till there's a winner. Just play till there's a winner. Play 8-minute quarters till there's a winner. 7-minute quarters till there's a winner.
Well, I don't know about that. I think it should be. I think each team should get a possession, right? No matter what. Each team should get one possession, and then at the end of that second possession, if we're tied or if nothing's happened, then it's got to go into something else. And I like the idea of bringing the kickers into it. Really, and because we're already getting into a point where the kickoffs are more important, and it's really important where the kicker places the ball. He's got to put it in that landing zone.
Yep.
And they're getting even better. So it's it's not as frantic as it used to be. You know what I mean? If you're down 3 and you've got 13 seconds and
You have a
starting at
chance.
25, you've got a great chance. Get to the 40, get to the 45, get to the 50. You know what I mean? Some guys can hit those 65, 70 yarders.
I firmly believe that you should play to a winner. There should be a winner every time. There's no reason for a tie. There is just no reason. You can't give the health and safety concern stuff. I've always said that the way it should happen is it should just go back to the first team. So the coin flip happens at the beginning of the game, right? You defer to the second half, or you accept the kick in the second half, whatever you want to do, right? I think that should carry over. So say you defer to the second half, right? So you receive the second half kickoff. Now you're kicking off to start overtime.
No, I definitely think
that-
it should. Once, because you're in a tie, right? So it's the game is even. It's zeros, right?
Yeah,
Then
but it's the start of a
you
new
gotta-
quarter.
It's the start of a new game, really, because
mean-
you're tied. So it's a little mini game, a mini to determine the winner. And I definitely think you should reflip, for possession. And not that it really matters anymore, because now it's so funny because it went from you want to be
Sorry if
first.
you can hear my lawn guys right outside my door. I apologize.
No, I can't hear anything. But it went from you wanting to be first to now you want to defer and be second and see what your opponent scores so you can know
I
if
don't know
you're in
if
four
I
down
have the
territory.
sheet. I don't think I do. I do not still have it. I used to have. I did all the calculations, or I went back and looked at every game ever, and or over the past since the overtime rule changed, pretty much. And the team that scored or got the ball first lost more often than they won. So that is a
Really?
fact. Getting the ball first isn't actually an advantage, like a lot of people say it is. Um, so that being said,
Interesting.
I don't know. We can. Yeah, there's just no room for ties anymore, man. There's just no room for it. There's no reason for it. Like it's dumb.
I think using the kicker is a good way to do it because like man, your offense and defense is already tired, but you should
I
be
don't like using
allowed
the kicker.
you should be allowed to use the rest of the guys on your team for like the formation. You know what I mean? So like you can have Micah Parsons trying to block the kick, trying to rush at the kicker. You know?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't get on board. Bless you. Sorry, having a sneeze fit over there. Allergies going wild.
Always.
I can't get behind letting kickers decide the game outright. Like
Why?
if you get because you should have to get into scoring position. If the kicker's going to decide the game, the offense should have to put the kicker in a position to decide the game. You shouldn't just get to be in scoring position.
The offense should have won the game, or the defense should have stopped. We're in overtime now, and it's going on too long. And so now,
It's not going on too long.
yes, it is. Oh my
No,
god,
it's not. No, it's
4
not.
hours.
It.
If you
I mean,
if you play an entire football game,
it's
and
3
at
hours.
the very end, you are tied. You don't need to go into more football for these guys. Like we're already dealing with so many injuries and stuff this year. Take them off the field. Let the kickers decide it. You guys couldn't figure it out on the field. You had 4 quarters, offense, defense, head coaches
Exactly.
couldn't figure it
And
out.
to me,
Game's got to end.
it's
gotta end.
rewarding them. Like, okay, come off the field now. You're tired. Take a break. We'll let the kickers decide it. That's rewarding them for not getting the job done. Get back out there and decide a winner.
No, it is not rewarding. It is a punishment. You don't get to play anymore. The game's not in your hands anymore because you couldn't do it. Because you as the quarterback or you as the defense
don't
couldn't
believe
stop it.
that in a situation where it comes down to deciding a 1 seed, the team with the better kicker gets it. Like that would bug me so much.
Yeah, but like that decides the game because they're tied, right? So they're dead even as far as analytics of the
But any
game
game
goes. Not
are they,
looking
though?
at stats, they're dead even. Scored,
Yeah,
scored,
for
scored. You know,
Yeah,
couldn't stop.
I see what you're
It's
saying.
So it's like
I cannot
it should,
get behind putting the least important position and giving him the decision of the game.
Incorrect. The least important position, like I just said, man, especially with the kickoffs now. Like kicker is
That would make
not the
them vastly
least
more important. That would what you're proposing would make them vastly more important.
They already
But as
really
it
are
stands
more
currently,
important. There are games
punters
that
are, I
come down.
guess, the least important.
There are games that come down to the wire, man. That walk off field goals.
Yeah,
Is that
I agree.
decided by the least important player? Does that make them the least important player?
I mean, when you go whole games and you don't have to play sometimes, I feel like that quantifies you as the least important
I
player.
don't think any player is the least important player. I think it all comes down. Dude, especially these last few weeks. Special teams
I'm not saying kickers
are
aren't important because they definitely are important sometimes. Like
Yeah,
they
but, I
definitely
mean-
sometimes are important. But the left guard important every single game. The center
yeah.
important every single game. Starting safety important
Every position.
every single game.
Position is
Kicker,
important.
you might not have to kick a field goal all game.
Okay, it's like one of those things though. You have it and you don't need it versus needing it and not
Oh,
having
that's
it.
for sure. That's for sure.
Like,
I would much rather have a good kicker than not have a good kicker. Don't get me wrong.
And that's my point, man. It's like all these positions are important. So you
They
can't
are.
say
For
like
sure, for sure.
you can't say we're leaving it up to our least important player, like just because he gets paid $1 million a year or whatever the kicking salary is, does not mean that they're the least important player. I think every player is important on the team, and if it comes down to a kicker battle, then so be it. Your offense couldn't do it, and your defense couldn't stop them. So now we're taking the ball out of your hands, and putting it in his feet.
I would like to bring up the Las Vegas Raiders for a second.
You have my attention.
Struggle busing. They come out week 1 and beat the Patriots in New England, and we're all like, okay, different Raiders team than we thought. You know, you've been big on the Raiders. We're like, okay, maybe Dalt was right about the Raiders. And then they go out and get beat by the Chargers. Nobody's really surprised by that. Chargers are probably the top 4 team in the NFL, realistically. Then they get beat by the Commanders, 41-24. You're like, okay, that's not good. But, you know, Jaden Daniels is really good. He gets banged up. And then they go out and they lose to the Bears by a point at home. And I feel like it's just steadily getting worse week by week. And now they go to Indianapolis. I feel like that's a loss. They play Tennessee at home. I feel like they can win that. Then they go to Kansas City, Jacksonville at home. I feel like that's a loss, the way that defense is playing. Go to Denver. That's a loss. The Cowboys are.
Yeah, Denver's shaky, man. And it's divisional.
I don't feel like they're going to win. I don't feel like they're going to sweep Denver. I feel like they'll beat Denver at home, but they won't beat Denver in Denver. Dallas, I feel like that's going to be a close game because Dallas can literally put up points on anybody, but they can't stop anybody. So Cleveland, that defense is scary, but I think they get a win there. So we're really only at 2 guaranteed wins through week 12.
I don't think they beat the Browns because the Raiders are not putting up enough points on their offense, and their offense is too abysmal, and Cleveland's defense is just too great. I mean, they held the Packers to 10 points.
Yeah, so but that's so Spoon made this point. Cleveland at home is a really good defense. Cleveland on the road is not as good, and in this game they'll be on the road. So
true.
So let's put them at 2 more wins there, Tennessee and Cleveland. Then they go to the Chargers, not winning that game in my opinion. They go Denver at home, could win that game, divisional game. Denver's offense isn't playing great. Then they go to Philly, they're not winning that game. They play Houston in Houston, probably not winning that game. New York at home could win that game potentially. We'll give them the pity win there. And then Chiefs could be sitting starters the last week and they win that game. So you're at 7 wins in the best case scenario there for the Raiders. And this is not looking good for Pete Carroll. I don't think he's gonna get one and done here in LA or Las Vegas.
They already did that with freaking Antonio Pierce, dude. You can't one and done.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do that.
Let alone a Super Bowl winning coach.
Yeah, Pete Carroll's first year with the New York Jets went 6-10. Then went to
man. Even if you give Antonio Pierce a little bit more time, they would have done better this year with him than they were last year.
Yeah, in his first 2 seasons in Seattle, he went 7-9 both seasons. So they get to 7-10 this season. You know, they're right on track where they're supposed to be.
I always bring it back to the Cowboys, dude. Cowboys, Jimmy Johnson's first year. Who's the best Cowboys coach? You could argue it's Tom Landry or Jimmy Johnson. Yeah. I say it's Jimmy Johnson. He had Troy Aikman. He had Michael Irvin in that first year. They went 1-15. So give it a year, man.
And that's
if you're hiring a head coach, you are saying, I don't care what happens this first year, whether it's you win it all or lose it all. That's how you have to be, because you have to give your guy, everyone's got to get to know each other in the pot.
Yeah,
you gotta let it cook.
100%.
You gotta let it cook a little bit.
And I'm very big on letting that happen. Let things play out. Give things a chance to play out between coaches and quarterbacks, right? So for instance, Michael Penix got benched a couple weeks ago for Kirk Cousins because they were down big in the game. He wasn't playing well. Leave him in. Leave him in. Let him play. Let him take his lumps. Let him learn. I mean, Peyton Manning said it. He's like, if I wasn't allowed to stay in there and throw 28 interceptions, I would have never learned how to not to do it. I would have just kept doing it for 3 more seasons until I eventually got benched. Yeah, he's like, until I eventually got benched in my 3rd season because I couldn't figure it out because I was never given the opportunity to go out there and learn and figure it out. And with all young quarterbacks, I firmly believe that. I talk a lot about how much I believe in JJ McCarthy and how I don't believe guys like Bo Nix are starting quarterbacks in the NFL. And the bottom line is I will not make a definitive he's a bust, get him off the team until the 4th year. As of right now,
I'm taking Bo Nix over JJ McCarthy.
Well, That's fair. I'm not going to argue that with you. But fourth year, the start of the fourth year, you know what the quarterback is. Fourth year starting. So
is this CJ Stroud's third or fourth year?
this is his third year. This is his third year. So by the end of this season, in my opinion, we know what CJ Stroud is. We will know if he's a Pro Bowl quarterback, if he's an All-Pro quarterback. Like you look at guys like Josh Allen, right? Like Josh Allen comes in his first year and has, starts 11 games, 2,000 yards passing, not too great, has some good rushing yards. Comes in his second season, full starting quarterback, only 3,000 yards passing, 20 touchdowns. Comes in his third season, and 4,500 yards, 37 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions through the air. And you're like, okay. And that's who he's been ever since. 4,500 yards, 4,400 yards, 4,200 yards, 4,300 yards, 3,700 yards, and an MVP. Like, it's what he does, right? It is what he does. And yeah, it is with quarterbacks, you know who they are by the fourth season starting. You know who they are. And you got to give them that time. You got to let it play out. Otherwise, you'll never get there. All right, we've spent a lot of time talking about this. Let's do top 10, and then let's do a griddle. We'll do a little griddle. For those of you who don't know what a griddle is, it's the Wordle of football. So let's do our top 10 reveal. It's actually up on the Instagram and in Reels right now, so go check that out too. But we'll give you the full rundown right now. I'm bringing it up on my screen so I can read it off to you here. If it will load, please. There it goes. All right. Oh, and I suck. I hit the wrong one. So let me file open and top 10. Maybe there we go. All right. So our top 10 teams are as follows. On the bubble, we have Pittsburgh. They received 2 votes. Jacksonville at number 10, also receiving 2 votes, but it is a head-to-head point differential, total points scored. Jacksonville has a higher point differential right now, so they are currently sitting at the 10 spot, tied with Pittsburgh with 2 points. Number 9, we have the San Francisco 49ers. Number 8, in a huge drop-off, the LA Chargers. You just can't. I don't think they're an 8th overall best team in the NFL, but you don't get to stay in the top 5 after losing to New York. If they come back and win next week, they'll jump right back up for me into the top 5, no question.
Sure.
Number 7, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I feel like this is a little high. I feel like they're an 8, 9, 10. I don't feel like they're a 7, 6, 5 team. Personally, I know a little iffy there on people. I just don't believe in this Bucs team. Honest to God, I don't. Me and Spoon have talked about this a lot. I feel like Kansas City and LA are definitively better teams. Tampa Bay squeaked by the first 3 weeks, and I can't remember. I'll pull it up here.
I mean, Kansas City lost the first 2 weeks.
That's fair, but they lost to really good teams. They lost to MVP caliber players. No, not the Ravens. Who did they lose to? I can pull it up. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, the Bucs did squeak a win by the Jets.
The Chiefs lost to. It was the Chargers and the Eagles.
Yeah, Jets, Texans, and Falcons were who the Bucs played.
Yeah, and they beat
Falcons are pretty good.
I disagree. I think the Falcons are a bottom 15 team, not a top 15 team, but they're not a bottom 10 team. They're like a middle tier team.
Yeah.
I feel like they have a high ceiling, but they also have a really low floor, so it middles out. My thing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is the Falcons divisional game week 1. I don't count that against them. I don't count that for them. You know what I mean? It's the same for me with a week 1 divisional game. I'm not gonna give you in the win-loss column props, and I'm not gonna also condemn you for it because it's week 1, and 2, it's a divisional game. So double weird shit can happen. The Houston game, Houston's a bad team, and they won on the final play of the game after Baker had 4 air yards, and they ran the ball all the way down the field and scored a touchdown. The Jets, they should have pumped the Jets, and they won once again on a last-second field goal to win the game. Then they go play Philadelphia at home, and they get handled. They came back, had some garbage time points. Spoon, our third member of the show, was dogging on me for calling them garbage time points. They were down 2 touchdowns with like 2 minutes left in the third quarter. It's not like they were in the game. Okay, they came back and they had
2 touchdowns, down 2 touchdowns in the third quarter. Not garbage time.
It was like 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
That is still 17 minutes of regulation football.
That's
You don't think they could get 2 touchdowns?
I don't.
The Cowboys literally just did that big swing in the beginning of the Green Bay game. They had that 2-point block, and then they got 2 touchdowns back to back.
I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm saying the odds of them only having 13 total points in the game, and then having the likelihood of them then scoring 15 points in the last 17 minutes, not very high. Probably sub 20% chance, which to me, anything above or below 20. I mean, we can look up what they're here.
I mean, I'd say it's
NFL.
probably a 50 or 60% chance, man. I think that the odds were a lot higher than you think, dude. 17 regulation minutes of football is a long time. Now, if you would have said they had,
it was
5 minutes,
16
7
points,
minutes.
Third quarter.
I can see you making an argument for that, man. But 17 minutes is a long time in football.
Let's see. I'm typing it in here. Hold on.
Okay.
Why is it not?
You know, any given Sunday, man, anything could happen.
Oh, hold on. Sorry.
It's all good.
So they were down 16 points. I would say the Vegas line was probably minus 16 at that point in the third quarter because it's about that. So they have the Eagles win probability with 2 minutes left in the third quarter, like via Vegas. So third quarter, 2 minutes remaining, leading by 16. Oh, hold on. Ball in the... So that would be the team's 25. Yes, okay. With a first down. Sorry, got to get that right. So Philly with the ball post score. So third quarter, 2 minutes remaining, leading by 16 with the ball at your 25 starting a possession. Your win percentage is 99.8%.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's invalid. I don't.
That's how they calculate it. That's how they.
Yeah, but it's all guessing, man. Like sports books and win percentage.
Well, it's all guessing. We don't know any of it.
Yeah, I understand that, but
guessing.
98.9 is insane. That's insane because
so
no, stop. Hold on. You know goddamn well that is very possible. A fucking whole quarter, and they're only down 2 scores. A whole quarter.
If you have the Philadelphia Eagles, and I say they have a 2-score lead going into the fourth quarter, and they have the ball, what are the odds they win? You would say, probably about 9 out of 10 times they win that game.
Yeah, I mean, I guess 90%, but like 98%.
That's fair.
You're giving.
If we want to argue
Bucks
9%, that's
2%.
But the Bucks probably only get
so arbitrary.
The Bucks probably only get 1 or 2 possessions in there, and they would need 3 to win the game.
You need 2. That's 16 points.
You need
That's a
2
touchdown, 2-point, touchdown, 2-point
to tie it. But you need 3 to win it.
Okay, well, all you got to do is tie it.
But if the
keep
Bucks
game
get
going.
2, then the Eagles are probably getting 3 because Eagles, Bucks, Eagles, Bucks, Eagles again. So now they have the ball with a chance to win the game.
I mean, it depends on the time of possession.
Yeah, it does.
I'm just saying the Bucks had way more than a 2% chance to win that.
I mean, they had a 0% chance because they lost.
I mean, obviously, I just mean at that point in time, they had much more than a 2%
I know
chance to win that
there's a. Do you know? God, I know there's a way to look up, and I might hold on. I might be able to find out the exact.
Well,
NFL.
Do you want
to?
Do you think we should get the rest of the top 10?
Yes, we should. We should definitely do that. Thank you for. See, I get all off track, and you
go on a
keep me
tangent sometimes.
I would never do that.
That being said, I feel like
That being
No.
said, we have Detroit at our number 6, Kansas City's at our 5, Indianapolis is at our 4, giving
That's
them the
wild.
respect they are due, in my opinion.
I mean, real quick, they're in the same as the Bucks to me. They're literally in the exact same
What?
as the Bucks. They beat 3 shit teams,
But
and
they
then finally went up.
handled 3 shit teams. They outright handled them.
Not
That's-
the Broncos. No, they lost that game on a kickoff on a
Oh yeah, that's
penalty.
right.
So
That's right. You are correct
know,
on that. They did win that on a last second field goal penalty.
I
But they
did have them
handled the
higher.
Dolphins 33-8. They handled the Titans 41-20. And if it wasn't for a guy dropping a ball running into the end zone and that same guy committing a penalty on a touchdown, they win this game by 7 points.
True. Okay.
So-
You convinced me.
Like that, and that's at the Rams, and the Rams are a top 4-ish team to me, top 3
Yeah.
team to me. Not to give spoilers. The Rams are our 3rd team, so I feel barely losing to them, and probably should have beat them in their house is very, very okay for me to keep them in the top 5, just above Kansas City for now, because Kansas City is only 2-2. But I don't doubt Kansas City to just keep rattling off wins.
Mhm.
Philadelphia is our number 2, and Buffalo is our number 1.
Good.
So no changes there this week. I know you have them different. Me and Spoon.
Well, honestly, I was just thinking about how I should have switched them. I should have had Bills at 1 and Eagles at 2, but I'm glad that our total.
yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah, I think Buffalo is by far and away the best team in the NFL right now. They're carrying over their success from last season. Philadelphia is looking good. They're looking Super Bowl champs. They're not struggle busing. They're not Super Bowl hangover city. They're dominating. They don't need Jalen Hurts to be anything more than a game manager, as you've said a couple of times. I really like everything they've got going for them right now. It is piling ahead straight forward for them in the best way possible. Sorry, I'm pulling up I know they have a win percentage graph. Have you ever seen those?
Mm-mm.
I'll have to find it in a minute. But all right, let's get the last thing done here, which is the reveals of the who did what over the offseason. We predicted each week, we predicted 1 week of the NFL season. So starting in May when the schedule was revealed, we did week 1, then the next week, week 2, week 3, week 4, all the way up until the season started. Now we're reviewing how we did throughout the season. So this week was not as good as last week. Last week we did awesome. We were 32 we were 9-7 last week, and we were 7-7. Oh shoot, I forgot to add in the final couple here. So Miami, we all had Cincy winning except for Spoon had Cincy winning. So that would update us to. So I went 10-6. So let me update that as we go here. So 10-6. Spoon ended up at 8-8. And Dalt, you also ended up at. Oh, sorry. No, you ended up at 7-9. I apologize.
Ah, damn it.
Sorry. I apologize. We both took Cincinnati and Spoon took Denver. Unbeknownst to him that Denver would not have, or Cincinnati wouldn't have Joe Burrow. But if he had Joe Burrow last night, we would have easily gotten that game right. Unfortunately. So that brings us to, for the week, 8-8 as a group. I'm currently sitting at, so I should probably update the totals here. So that's 40 and 24. So I will be sitting at 45 and 19. Spoon will move to 36 and 28. And Dalt, you will move up to 41 and 25. So once again, that's me at 45 and 19, Spoon at 36 and 28, you at 41 and 25, and as a group, we are 40 and 24 on the season.
Not
So Yeah, a little under 66%, probably around 57 to 63%, somewhere in there. I guess we could just do the simple math real quick, couldn't we? So that'd be 64 total games. Yeah, 62.5%. And to put it in perspective, most guys who give picks are, around 55 to 65% in real time each week. They're in that range. So we're doing pretty good so far. Last little thing we're going to do here is the griddle. We're going to give griddle a try here. I'm going to pull it up on the screen here. Me and Dalt on each side here. All right, Dalt. So we gotta pick a starting player here. Who's going to be our starting player? So you have the name over here, the team they're on, the division, the position, the height, the age, and then over here is the number. And if you can't see that when it pops up, I will read it off to you.
Are we allowed to guess anything? Or
yeah, we just had to pick a starting player. We just had to pick a starting player. Who do you want to pick? What's the first player name that comes into your mind?
Lamar Jackson.
On 3. Oh, Lamar Jackson? All right. Lamar Jackson. All right. So for division, you got the conference right. All right, so we got the conference right. Side of the ball. So we got it's
in the AFC North QB.
No, AFC North offensive player.
Okay.
AFC offensive player under 6'2". So I'm thinking a running back then.
Then Chase Brown.
Oh wait, we did AFC North again. It's just AFC. It's not AFC North. Dang.
Okay.
So I think that's green. So they're 28. They're running a 28-year-old Derrick Henry.
Sure.
No, that's AFC North again. That's AFC North again. We can't do that. We need another 28-year-old.
Isaiah
Is
Pacheco?
Najee Harris? Is he 28? You think? No, he can't. He's not. It can't be. He can't be 28. He's too new. So let's think like Lamar Jackson, 2018 AFC. Let's go through the running backs in the AFC. We have Kareem Hunt, probably too old. We have Joe Mixon.
Sure.
You want to try Joe Mixon?
Sure.
Joe Mixon. Hey!
Let's go.
Let's go. We got it in 3. Let's go. Griddle champs did it in 3.
Hell
Joe
yeah.
Mixon, Houston AFC South running back, 6'1", 28, number 28. Go. Look at us go, man. Look at us go. All right.
Yeah, that was all you, man. That was all you.
I mean, you got us started with the Lamar Jackson and then the Chase Brown. I mean, you got us there. You gave me the hints that were needed. Gave me the hints that were needed to get us to the finish line. So way to go, us. All right, but that's the post game show for week 4. We're gonna be doing the pregame show for week 5 that'll drop tomorrow. So make sure to check that out. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.